Yo, what's up, Donkey Kong and Monkey Spawns? In today's video, we're going to take a look at these two upgrade kits. Actually, we're going to take a look at more than two. We're going to take a look at three upgrade kits for the Volcanicus set. This is I think it's called YMV, like your mileage may vary. That's what I call it. This was the first one that came out, and arguably DNA perhaps borrowed and lifted some things that they've done because it's very, very similar. And then the second one that came out was the DNA kit, which is just really nice and probably like the Cadillac Rolls-Royce of the upgrade bits. And finally, this third one, no name, but I did get it from AliExpress, and I think somebody printed it at home from their printer. But I'm going to separate all the pieces so that we can do a side-by-side comparison, and you can decide at the end which one is best for you, okay? Hey, before we go further, a quick word from our sponsor. This video review and toy were brought to you by AliExpress. AliExpress is a giant online marketplace hailing out of China, and they sell tons of consumer goods, including our favorite category, toys. If you'd like to purchase this toy and support the channel, click the affiliate link that can be found in the description. And if you're new to the platform, you can use the following search code to save up to 70% off of your purchase. And if you're already registered, you can utilize the other discount codes that can be found in the description as well. And as part of the sponsorship, I will encourage you to register and download their app. But as with any service that you're signing up for, read the terms of service and privacy policy first. With that out of the way, we now return to our program. Okay, really quick, before we do the deep dive, these are all the bits that we're going to compare. Let me show you the ones that we're not going to compare because, I mean, it's just not fair, really. And so the DNA kit, like I said, the Rolls-Royce, the Cadillac of the upgrade bits, it comes with all this really nice stuff. Look at the individual blades, the individual blasters, the combiner sword, and it also comes with these, gap fillers as well. Additionally, it comes with these kind of Grimlock bits. I forget why they added those, but anyway, yeah, and then also comes with this like waist buckler thing. The YMV kit doesn't come with the individual swords or blasters. It does come with gap fillers, and the rest of the stuff is similar. It doesn't come with a buckle or Grimlock arms, but anyway, it's really, really similar. So let's start with the DNA kit. Like I said, this is the best version. Lot of great detail. Even on all the bits that are going to be connecting into Swoop, there's just tons of details on here. And the fingers are independently like movable. They kind of have this like Kang Toys Predaking vibe going on them. Sharp fingers. They got the TCW, knuckle claws and stuff. And it's done very, very, very well. Very clean. Machine manufactured, and when you look at this, you're like, yeah, this looks and tastes, smells all premium. So great stuff on the part of DNA. From the YMV kit, the Your Mileage May Vary kit, it's very similar. The fists don't open up, but you can see that it has the little spikes on the hands. They included Swoop's legs as part of the design. They did not actually. I don't even know what these are for. Perhaps a sword or I don't know, some appendage. But in terms of the weight they connect, even though it looks a little bit different, it's very, very similar. It's very, very similar, actually. And but yeah, this one's nice too. I will say this one's pretty nice. Oh, and I forgot to mention the price point. The DNA one comes in at about $40. This one is like $26 or something like that. And this new one that we're getting, you know what? I'll just compare it with the DNA kit. This one's $20 or $21 or something like that. So there's a price point for everyone, right? So obviously you can tell that the design is very, very different. It has its elbow kind of baked in, but it's different. But it is a bit crude, right? You know, if I can describe this new kit in a couple of words, inexpensive and crude, and you absolutely need a file to get this to work properly. As you can see, I've kind of filed down that section over there. Otherwise, it's just not going to fit. And do not try to insert it or assemble it without filing down the necessary areas. Okay, so other than the crude bit and like lack of detailing, like I won't talk about that too much, but you can see over here, it almost looks like you don't got your glasses on, like things are looking blurry, right? And this is clearly someone's homebrewed 3D printed design. Not hating on it or anything like that, but it just lacks kind of like the finish, so to speak. But they do a lot of things really well. So one of the things that I don't like about this and also the YMV kit is the way it connects. I just think it's a little bizarre. It it works well enough, but like it's fitting inside the foot of a swoop. And then basically that's kind of the arm, right? But these cats, these guys, these no-name guys, they did something different. And I think I mentioned that the YMV kit does something similar as well too. These guys completely forego that, and they use this spine, and I think it's great because it plugs into that section very securely. It gives them like a lot of bulk, and then you can get the arms to kind of like hang out back over here versus hanging. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. It's supposed to hang out over there. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. But it looks nice and bulky, and I actually think that this is the best way to connect it. And so kudos to them for thinking of that and not going the same route as DNA or YMV. I love the side blasters and stuff. Just, yeah, wish it was a little bit more distinct and just a better print, so to speak. And so let's kind of set that to the side. I was going to say he does come with the blade as well. Paint's a little bit sloppy, and you can even see the filament and stuff still kind of on here. Crude and inexpensive. Yeah, crude and inexpensive, but yeah, for what it's worth, that's included. So yeah, that's the first arm. Lots of great things to like about it, and lots of things to not like about it as well. But yeah, compared to like this and also this, I think it does okay. I wish I could have this design with their finish, but still 40, 26 to 30, and 21 or 22 or something like that. You know what? I should have them like this, so it goes in ascending order. There we go. All right, let me put this aside. What else we got? Oh, the other arm. Okay. So these are the ones that plug into, what's the name? Scar. And they both use a similar concept. Even though they look different, they need to, where is he? You're basically unfolding this leg and you're inserting this into the empty cavity, and this just perfect. This too also perfect, but you can see it kind of has the 3D printed finish, whereas this gray and the way everything looks, it almost looks native to the design. And so just really, really great stuff. And yeah, opposable fingers, claws, knuckle spikes, all that's great stuff. So again, very similar, but it just seems kind of like a very basic version of what we just saw a second ago, and utilizes that leg. Okay. New guy does things differently. So similar to the other arm, it's going to be on the black forearm, gold fists, which I just really, really like. I love the color choices that they've done over here with the blaster on the forearm. And these spin around. Oh, I thought this spun around. Anyway, this spins around, and they are not utilizing that other cavity, the cavity in the leg. Everything is bent up, and you're just going to be plugging it into that tail connector, and that's a nice looking chunky arm. And again, I just think they did it smarter. Like, why did they over-engineer that? You know, all they had to do was this versus make like a cavity, you know, measure out the grooves and all of this. Like, dude, this is super easy. This is super duper easy. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, now I kind of want to make a combiner using Scar and having like a build former down here as the forearm. Hey, I might do something like that. But yeah, man, this is done well. Again, same thing about the details and the print quality and blah, 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 blah. But in terms of its like functionality and the way it works, I like this a lot. So again, just to compare them again, 21, I'm going to say 21. And this is 26 to 30, the second one. And the last one is about 40. Okay. So you can see kind of like the differences and stuff and what you're getting with your money. All right. All right, cool. Let me set this aside. We're going to take a look at the feet. The feet are very similar. Even the way this plugs into the back, like this came first. This is the Your Mileage May Vary, YMV. This is DNA. DNA has a bunch of extra stuff. They got like ports over here and stuff and way more detail than the YMV kit, but also there's some hollowness. Nonetheless, though, the finish, though, you can't knock the finish on the DNA stuff. You know what I mean? Looks really, really nice. But in terms of the way it operates and connects, yeah, it's all the same. The placement of the ankles are a little bit different, though, slightly. But yeah, and are those the same ones? Cool. Sorry, So this one looks more like the G Creations Shuriken combiner. There's not as much detail. Let's compare it to the DNA one. You can see there's not as much detail, but yeah, gold toes, black base, smooth where it needs to be. And this looks like it was like the bottom of the print bed, right? So you can see it's hollow. Doesn't have a place where you can add these in the back, but that's fine. You can still attach these to Grimlock's legs. And I had to, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I had to sand all of this down. I had to file this down. Otherwise, it is not going in the foot, okay? Just trust me on all of these bits require a little bit of love, and so just trust me on that, okay? But yeah, they more or less operate in the same way. The feet, this one, the new kit, the no-name homebrew brand, has this thing at the front, which is kind of like a stopper that supports the legs. And yeah, that's okay, dude. Yeah, that's okay. But they all plug into the same way on that little eye connection on the bottom. And those are the feet. Cheapest to most expensive, okay? Cool. Now, let's look at the other feet. Again, you're going to find that there are a lot of similarities here. This one has some extra connectors. I don't know why it has this. Maybe it's specific to Snarl. Or no. This might be the Grimlock foot, actually. Yeah, you know what? That might be the Grimlock foot. Yeah, so I got it wrong. Sorry. So this basically will plug in down over here. And so it has some additional bits. Okay, so the YMV foot. The YMV foot basically has extra bits for Grimlock that none of the extra support for Grimlock that none of the other ones have. So, okay, it's a little bit different. So I got the feet wrong. Fine. Okay, sorry. Proper comparison. And so these are for Snarl, still connecting at the same like eye clip and black base, gold toes. And yeah, this one has some nice detail on the bottom while this one is hollow. And then when we compare it to this, it's the same as the other foot. Gold toe, black base. I think this probably, yeah, this probably just lifts up like that. Okay, you can see they used a screw there. So that's kind of nice, the fact that they use screws. That just slides in. You can see the work that I've had to do on both sides, especially at the tips and stuff. But yeah, it'll basically slide right in. So comparing from cheapest to most expensive, and also from basic to most ornate, there we have him. Pretty neat, right? And finally, I'm going to show you one bit. I know I said I wasn't going to do comparisons for things that I can't compare, but this thing is unique to the new kit, the homebrew set, and this is a backpack, obviously for the Volcanicus figure, and this ports right into, what's the other one? It slots into that section over here. Swoop can actually do the same. I'm looking for Swoop right now. That if you wanted to actually have Swoop on the back, you can. You can just plug that in right there, and it'll plug in very, very securely, but that's not his place right now. And so this is an independent piece, and these are on they're on hinges. They got pins, and but these posts, these pegs that are plugged in here, you can see I had to kind of like drill this stuff out. It is not going in there, dude. It's not going to go in there happily. And so you have to file. Let me repeat that one more time. You absolutely have to file these bits. Otherwise, you risk breaking your toy, and I don't want you to break your toy, okay? But this will just go in right there. And then, yeah, you could argue like, oh, you're ruining the realism because Swoop's arms aren't there, and, and you just have his wings. And I'm like, yeah, I do, but who cares? I'm trying to get this. Dude, I swear I had this lined up earlier. Why can't I get this right now? Like, I was able to get this to... Dude, it worked earlier. I can't get it right now. Oh, maybe that was it. Maybe it's just like this. And this doesn't really close up all the way. All right, man. Well, I'm just going to have to fix that in post. But that's how it connects. I think it gives him so much presence. I would have loved if this were the native design. I would have loved that. So we're going to get this. I don't even know if this is Grimlock or Snarl's foot. I'm going to say it's Snarl's. And we're going to plug that in there. And like I said, that little bit up here in the front will kind of support the weight. And none of the other bots have that, so that's kind of cool. Then we'll get this and insert that into the eye slot underneath his waist. I think we're in there. I'm all breathing hard. I'm just holding my breath because I'm nervous and stuff. See, I could tell he wants to tip backwards, and so hopefully the arms will adjust this. So we're going to get this, and hopefully the arms will adjust this, the center of balance, and we're going to get that in there. Granted, it is a bit heavy, and so the arm, you'll notice, will want to constantly kind of like swing down. You can either keep it open by having it rest on the Grimlock door, or there's a couple of things, like if you want to pose him, you can use the small scar legs to kind of prop him up in different... Well, I can't do it now. I swear it worked earlier when I was taking the thumbnail. Anyway. Before this pops off. You know, this is the only bit that I didn't have to sand that just fit natively into that, that cavity. But cool. We got Swoop. We got that nice chunky arm. I'm going to get that in there, share. And this one has no issues staying up on its own. And we can thread this sword kind of in there. Teeny tiny sword. And there we have him. That's not bad, man. That is not bad. And like I said, if you're not interested in getting the Cadillac Rolls-Royce and stuff, the Honda Civic is perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. And I think it looks good. I only wish that, some of the print quality was a little bit sharper and that I didn't have to sand and do all of this stuff. But that aside, I think it achieves a really, really, really beautiful look. And I'm just really happy at the end of the day that we have so many options, whether it be homebrew, your mileage may vary, your mom's house, YMV, and the DNA set. Oops, I'm just glad that we have options. Anyway, talk to you later, friends. Hope you've enjoyed the video, okay? Bye.